Alright, so let me start off by thanking all my new subscribers. I'd also like to thank everybody who followed me on Facebook and on Twitter. Uh, really, I do this for fun, as I said in my other video. And it's really nice to see that people are getting enjoyment and help from my videos, especially when I'm doing this as a hobby. So thank you for all your support. And now that I've done that, I feel like I kind of addressed it in my FAQ video, but I felt like I needed its own video to kind of make my point about this. Because I don't think, how do I put this? Either the people who were doing it didn't watch it, in which case they won't watch this, or the people who were doing it listened to that, didn't think it was about them, and kept doing it. And on some level, I have a feeling that this is not going to stop anybody. In fact, the people who are doing it probably are not going to stop anybody. Because it seems to me that they're just picking videos of mine at random and spamming them, either in the hopes that people who don't like hypnosis will find them, watch it, and dislike it, or in the misguided hope that they will somehow turn people more onto what I'm doing. I'm not sure which. But, regardless, I feel like I need to kind of just make kind of a channel statement, because I'm getting a lot of messages from people, comments saying, hey, so and so sent me X, told me to come here. Let me start out by saying that I'm never going to directly ask anybody. I will never send you private messages. I will never come to you and say, hey, come watch my stuff, usually. I might, at least not on YouTube anyway. In private, personal, one-on-one conversation, maybe, but I'll never randomly send messages to people asking them for things. And in part that's because I don't like the idea, but also because one of the biggest problems on YouTube, especially with hypnosis videos, is people impersonating other people, which is part of the reason I don't use a picture of myself, because, again, the only thing that people can identify me by is my voice, and it's very unlikely people are going to take as much time to try and piece together the way I speak to create a soundboard for that. So usually if I work with somebody or talk with somebody privately, I wait for them to come to me first rather than going to somebody else. And that both ensures that they know they're not dealing with somebody who's impersonating me, and they know that they're talking, to me, that I've gotten it. Because I would never go to somebody and say, hey, email me here, unless we've already been talking, for example. But back on to the other thing. People keep coming to me with names, and they're saying, so-and-so is doing this, and they link me to them, and I send them a message, and I've sent everybody, I think, that I've been notified of, saying, hey, please stop doing this. I doubt it's going to work, but I did it. Because my hope is that I don't really think the spamming is going to stop. At least, I don't think the people who are doing it are going to stop. Do I want them to? Absolutely. Do I think they're going to? Probably not. But as a person, as somebody who's making a channel, it, I think, falls upon me to sort of make the statement about how I feel about it. And while I guess I do appreciate the fact that new eyes get all my content, it's not the way I'd like them to find it. I really don't think that it brings a lot more negative attention than it does positive attention. And as a creator, as someone who does this as a hobby, I don't want to be... I really don't want to make people's opinion that that I endorse this kind of thing, because I don't. Do I endorse the idea of people sharing my stuff with other people? Yes. Do I endorse being annoying and spamming people? Absolutely not. And really, I guess my fear is that it's going to turn into something worse if I didn't make a statement about it, if I don't make a statement. And the reason for that is mostly because I've seen what happens on kind of like the YouTube hypnosis scene, of what kind of people do. Because a lot of times, from what I've seen, what people want is they want to send somebody to a video where they post a comment, and then they then send them stuff, either trying to use the trigger from the video, if there is one, or sending them messages with scripts in them to get them to read it to then be hypnotized. Neither of which, by the way, is at all moral, at least not from where I'm standing, and really not something I want to subject anyone to. At all. Ever. So, that's one problem. The other problem ends up being people where I think it might turn into is people taking my videos, sending them to people who make videos, and getting them to make videos of them watching my videos. Which to me seems like an odd thing, because there are plenty of other channels that already do that and have picked up on there's a market for that, and there's always has been a market for that. But personally, I don't want that to be something people do if I can avoid it. And so I feel like, as a creator, I kind of have to go, stop doing this, because it's really hurting. It's not hurting the channel at the moment. In fact, I'm sure there's at least a few people who would argue that it's helping the channel, because it's bringing new eyes to it. And while that's true, to a point, I don't like the idea that that's how it worked. I don't like the idea that the only way anyone actually found it was because of that. That's not really how I want to do things. It's not the image I want to have for the channel. It's not really how I want to do it. I don't really want people being annoying and spamming other people in my name, as it were. I try to be like a real cool, chill guy. I try to make videos that appeal to lots of different people, rather than having a direction or just being one kind of this or one kind of that. I try to appeal to a lot of different people, make a lot of different videos, because everyone's interests kind of vary, and where the interests lie for me is in... How do I put this? It's more in the challenge of creating new things, seeing how they work, tweaking them, making them better. It's not so much in the actually, like... It's not so much the more... I don't want to say fetishy, but it's more the... There's some people who are more interested in the, I guess, the power aspect, the relationship between subject and hypnotist and things like that. And that's not really where I stand. I'm doing this because I'm interested in seeing how far I can push this, seeing what I can do with it, seeing what other people want to see done with it. And really, to that end, the spam is really counterproductive. And while I've kind of rambled on about the various reasons why I don't like it and the various reasons, I still don't think anyone's going to stop after hearing this. But it's important to me, as a creator, as a hypnotist myself, as somebody who posts audio files, that as a person, I need to say, hey, this is the stance of the channel. The stance of the channel is, please don't spam people. Please don't make a nuisance of yourself in my name. It's fine to share my stuff. I'm not saying don't share it. In fact, I highly encourage people to share it with their friends, share it with family members, share it with people they know who they think will like it. No different than you would share anything else. I I don't want you spamming people. I don't want people spamming people. If I ever made that seem like what I wanted, it's not. But more than likely, I think it falls into one of two categories. Either A, they're trying to find people who seem like they're easily hypnotized, or B, they're trying to find people who will watch the videos and make videos of it. And I'm not really interested in that happening to anyone, especially not because of me. And I'm kind of afraid that eventually down the line it will lead to people impersonating me trying to do those things in my name. And I definitely don't want that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is the stance right now of me, if you haven't figured it out, if I haven't made it clear already, the stance that I have on this subject is I don't endorse spam. I don't want people spamming in my name. If you're here at my channel because of spam, I apologize. If you still like my channel, I'll still make stuff, and I'm glad you're here. I'm not saying I'm not glad you're here. I'm not saying go away. Stay if you want to stay. But it seems bad to me that it seems like the wrong way to do things. It seems like something I can't endorse, and I felt like I needed to make a statement about it and explain why I'm making the statement the way I am and what I feel about it. So, as always, you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Facebook. Those links will be below. I should have a couple more videos up eventually. This week at work is going to be a little more stressful for me, so it might be a little slow. Depends on how long my next videos require me to script. So yeah, if you're spamming, please stop. If you're here because of spam, I apologize. I hope you still want to stick around. If not, I will totally understand. Anyway, so I'm going to cut this off. Thank you for listening.